Criminal justice reform is a conversation happening across our country, and certainly here in our community. It's a vital conversation. It's one that really needs to be ongoing. We should always be willing to take a critical look at the decisions we're making to ensure that we're making them for the right reason and that we're achieving the result we set out to achieve. What cannot be overlooked in this conversation, however, is community safety and the safety of individual victims. An example of this is bond reform. You'll hear people call for the elimination of cash bonds. And while that sounds good, it presents an incredible danger unless it's done properly. To do that properly, we also have to build into our law a provision that allows the courts to do preventative detention. That is, that gives the court the power when faced with a crime that presents such a danger to the community, or a defendant who has repeatedly violated no contact orders or creates such a threat to an individual victim that they need to be detained. And the truth is that our courts are faced with those kind of scenarios every week. In those instances, the detention of the defendant is not based on their being poor. It's not based on their inability to come up with cash. It's based on their actions and their decisions. It's based on the threats they have shown they present, either through the initial crime they've committed or perhaps a series of crimes where they're not complying with no contact orders and continuing to present a threat to a victim. In those instances, the criminal justice system has to have a method that they can detain that person to protect the community, to protect those individual victims.